Welcome back to The Great Expanse by JohnBap426 here on YouTube. So glad you guys could join me again. If you've liked these videos that you've seen, hit the like button, hit the dislike button if you haven't liked what you've seen. Share the videos, please. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. I try to do it all in one breath, but it's not going to work. Hit that bell for notifications, all. So next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second, and I will know about it first. Now, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the first reviews. Let's check it out. Now, officially it drops tomorrow on November 11th. I'm obviously recording this a day before. And there's still a possibility that I might go see it tonight, catch the late show. You know? Because I just want to do something spontaneous. And that would be a great way to spend my evening. Alright, so we're going to Rotten Tomatoes. Everyone's favorite site. Well, I got a low score on Rotten Tomatoes. Who cares? Alright, early reviews say Wakanda Forever honors the late Chadwick Boseman with a visually sumptuous, character-driven story that manages to be both epic and intimate at the same time. Hardly just another sequel in the MCU, Black Panther Wakanda Forever has the pressure of following up the best-reviewed movie of the franchise, which was also up for Best Picture and won 3 of its 6 other Oscar nominations. Let me stop right there. I do not know why it was the best-reviewed movie. Black Panther is not my favorite MCU film. I don't think it's even in the top 10 of MCU films. That's just my personal opinion, alright? Of course, the second Black Panther feature is also missing its former lead, Chadwick Boseman, who sadly died of cancer in 2020. According to the first reviews of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, though, the sequel manages to still live up to the original and meet expectations for another thrilling and culturally meaningful superhero blockbuster while feeling equally weighed down by and lifted up by Boseman's legacy. Here's what critics are saying about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Does the sequel live up to expectations? Now, before I read what the critics said, I'm expecting the sequel to be better than the original. Again, Black Panther was a good movie. I don't think it was great. I think it was good. Alright? So, this had better be better than the original. Better be better. From Travis Hobson, Punch Drunk Critics. Black Panther Wakanda Forever had the highest of expectations and surpasses every one of them and makes a strong case for itself as a Best Picture contender. Princess Weeks, The Mary Sue. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is under a lot of pressure, but Coogler lands it. Ryan Coogler, the director of the movie. He also directed the first one, Black Panther. Christy Cronin, Raising Wasians. Marvel raised the bar on Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Charles Pulliam Moore, The Verge. Rather than one-upping Black Panther, Wakanda Forever continues its story with a grace and care that's more moving than any comic book movie has the right to be. Janet A. Lee of Digital Spy. What director and co-writer Ryan Coogler and the team have done with Black Panther Wakanda Forever is nothing short of outstanding. How does it fit into the MCU? I'm going to tread carefully because I've not seen the movie yet. One of the most moving MCU entries so far and one of the best films to come out of Marvel's Phase 4. Not hard to do. It's competing with Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man No Way Home, A Tale of Two Movies. To me, the first half of the movie was garbage. The second half was awesome. Thor, Love and Thunder, trash. Shang-Chi, pretty good. Eternals, weak. So to say it's the best movie of Marvel's Phase 4 ain't saying much. Aaron Perrin, is that his real name? Aaron Perrin? Of comicbook.com. Decisions that were made in Avengers Endgame, Black Panther, and other spots of the Marvel Cinematic Universe pay off in ways that will surprise fans. You're going to leave the theater with a ton of questions for Phase 5 and beyond. Kate Sanchez, but why though? A geek community. When the film tries to remind the audience of how it connects to the rest of the MCU, especially when specific lines of dialogue seem forced in to do so, it loses itself. So Kate here is saying that the movie works by itself rather than forcing its way into the jigsaw puzzle of the MCU. Interesting take. David Ehrlich of IndieWire. Wakanda Forever has a sense of self that extends far beyond its Marvel brand identity. Okay. Here's another topic. Does it work without Chadwick Boseman? Neil Pond of Neil's Entertainment Picks. The central character of this tale remains the one played by Boseman, who may not be around anymore, unfortunately, but his influence cast a long, deep shadow. Janet A. Leigh of Digital Spy again. Unavoidably, Boseman's absence paradoxically has a presence of its own, but in a way that feels wholly appropriate and is not distracting. Kate Sanchez again, but why though, a geek community? While Wakanda Forever directly reflects Boseman's death by almost replicating the circumstances in the story, it's done so with reverence and never feels like exploitation. That's good to hear. So these are some of the same critics, so no point me repeating them. Well, yeah, we'll do it anyway for continuity. Charles Polian Moore of The Verge. A love for Chadwick and an undying reverence for T'Challa can be felt throughout Wakanda Forever, but the movie is careful not to be so bound up in those powerful emotions that it ever feels narratively inflexible or stuck in the past. David Ehrlich of IndieWire. Every major character in Wakanda is left to determine whether T'Challa's memory will be a blessing or a torment. And the movie around them is so racked by the same tension that even its most formulaic moments are heavy with a human weight that blockbusters seldom have the strength to carry. How well does the movie honor his legacy? Chadwick Boseman. Jamie Broadnax of Black Girl Nerds. The passing of T'Challa is handled with care, grace, and respect right off the bat. The viewer is set with the tone that this film is a love letter to Chadwick. Brittany Murphy discussing film. Not the actress Brittany Murphy, who was in 8 Mile, okay? But this is somebody else. 1T Brittany, okay? Not only is Black Panther Wakanda Forever a love letter to Chadwick Boseman, but it is also an accurate depiction of how people cope with their remorse. Shiraz Faruqi, Cinema Debate. The death of both the actor and the character he played is handled with incredible grace, sensibility, and honor. Fans will be relieved to see this dedication. How was Namor as the villain, who is one of the standouts, one of the drawing powers of this movie? Every time the film focuses on Namor, the importance of protecting his people and his interactions with Shuri, the film excels. Kevin L. Lee, Awards Watch. Tenoch Huerta's Namor might have a claim to the title of Phase 4's most memorable villain. Aaron Perrin of comicbook.com. When you limit it to Phase 4, you're doing a disservice to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because Phase 4 is very weak. Okay? It's been a long time since a villain/anti-hero has felt so fleshed out in the MCU. Brittany Murphy again, discussing film. And remember, Namor is a hero and a villain. Maybe anti-hero, but sometimes he's a straight-up villain compared to the hero's perspective, okay? One of the most captivating villains we've seen in the Marvel Studios movie. A villain with layers and depth and is conflicted. Much like Killmonger and Black Panther. Jamie Broadnax, Black Girl Nerds. Huerta cannot quite measure up to Michael B. Jordan's raw charisma, but he makes up for it by projecting an imperial mien worthy of Namor's status as a demigod among his people, Jake Cole of Slant Magazine. And the other heading I want to read, and it will be the last one, is, does it signal good things ahead for the MCU? That will be the last one I read. For people dealing with Marvel fatigue, this is the film that will give you some hope. Princess Weeks, The Mary Sue. I cannot applaud Marvel enough for this movie. The most important Marvel film in the MCU repertoire to date. Christy Cronin, Raising Wayans. Interesting. It paves an exciting way forward for the Marvel franchise while cementing itself as a cultural force to be reckoned with. Rachel Labonte, Screen Rant. Phase 5 has some big shoes to fill after this one, and hopefully, the storytelling can create the same kind of authenticity and greatness this movie has. Jamie Broadnax again of Black Girl Nerds. And finally, Wakanda Forever suggests that the kingdom and the franchise are in good hands. Neil Pond, Neil's Entertainment Picks. Now, let me talk about the original Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman was fantastic in it. The actors, the characters were very good in it. Of course, Killmonger sort of steals the show. There's a sequence that I really dislike, and it's the opening sequence, unfortunately, because basically King T'Chaka, the father of T'Challa, kills his own brother to protect Forrest Whitaker's character, whose name escapes me right now. And it almost feels like it was like a veiled sort of jab at the fact that T'Chaka's brother was an actual Black Panther, which was a black sort of, I don't want to say paramilitary group, but they were trying to look out for the minorities. The Black Panthers were. So the fact that a Black Panther, King T'Chaka, killed a Black Panther, it always didn't sit right with me. It's like he killed his own brother to protect this guy. And to me, Forrest Whitaker's character, when he died, when Killmonger killed him, I was like, I felt nothing. I'm like, this guy was, I mean, not Forrest Whitaker as an actor. I'm just about his character. I was just like, okay, whatever. If he had killed M'Baku or Okoye or anybody else, it would have felt something. But I felt nothing for Forrest Whitaker's character. Okay? And I did not think he was worthy to be saved. Over his brother, over the king's brother? Not at all. Not at all. And stabbed his brother through the heart with his... Come on, man. Whack. Now, Black Panther is excellently done. I was not a fan of Claw, who was classically Black Panther's arch enemy. Now, I understand that they weren't going to do Claw as he is in the comic books, and I can live with that, okay? But instead, now Claw is pretty insane in the comic books, but this one they just made him they made Andy Serkis kind of a dancing fool. Now he wasn't dancing, but you know, what is love, baby, don't hurt. And I think that was from the interrogation scene. Claw does not work at all, to me. No, it doesn't work. Now, when they did the heist early in the film with Killmonger, no, it was pretty cool. But I didn't like Claw. And the rhinos were a bit much in the final battle in Wakanda. And the fact that the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is the one that had to do the heavy lifting, you know, protecting the rest of the world from Wakanda's weaponry being dispersed to all the sleeper cells. I don't know. It just announces foolishness to me. It's like Black Panther and his crew are worried about this internal issue of just a fight just for the fight of it. Why wasn't everybody on board with shooting down these ships and then deal with Killmonger later? It just really felt silly to me. So to me, don't get me wrong, the acting was fantastic. The acting in the movie is awesome. And I really like the way that Winston Duke stood out as M'Baku. Okay? Not a lot of joking, not a lot of heavy-handed comedy, which is usually characteristic of MCU films. So Black Panther is an A- in my book. It's a good film, but it's not great. And to me, it's nowhere near my favorite MCU film. Alright? I'm expecting Black Panther Wakanda Forever to exceed Black Panther. And to me, it's not really all that hard to do. Alright? And those are my reasons why, okay? So instead of me just coming on here and saying, yeah, Black Panther was alright, I'm explaining why I feel. Thank you. But again, I always like to give context as to why I feel a certain way about something popular. Because I don't want to come on here and just be a shock jock. Oh yeah, he's just disagreeing with everything. No, I'm giving you honest reasons why. Alright? So, these were the reviews for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I have high hopes and high expectations for this movie. Alright? And it's not because I'm going in with my arms crossed, face taut, or anything like that, or leveling a finger. But I'm going in with anticipation. Again, I already said who I think the ultimate villain will be. I believe it will be Atuma. Alright? Now, Namor is a villainous character, but I believe that Atuma will be the big bad in this movie. So, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, have you already seen it? If so, please don't spoil it in the comments below, because I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know if any other viewers or subscribers have either. So go out and check it out for yourself. Let me know what you thought of my reaction or my review of these reviews. What do you think of my opinion of Black Panther, the first one that came out in 2018? Am I off my rocker? You can say so. A little bit. No, I'm playing. Write a dissertation in the comments if you need to. David Britton style. And let's make The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 on YouTube expand. It's in the name.